Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com. We're here at the 2015 IFBB Atlantic City Europa Pro, and the men's prejudging has just wrapped up. Chris, a battle between Cedric McMillan and Branch Warren, a very good Branch Warren and a very good Cedric McMillan at that. The show is over. The prejudging has let out. Who is in the lead in your mind?
I would say that Cedric's leading after prejudging. I think that actually Branch was more dense here actually than he was in Ohio. I just think that Cedric was carrying another 6 or 7 more pounds than he was in Ohio, and close to his condition that he had in Brazil, and just it's hard to deal with because the two physiques are so contrasted. I mean, just standing there, your eyes go to Cedric. The front double, the front lat spread, your eyes immediately go to Cedric. Not only in just lines, but in density and condition, because this is probably his best condition that he's brought in the last couple of years.
Cedric wins the Golden State a couple of weeks ago, looking a little flat. It was a close contest that should not have been close. We talked about what Cedric should do, and we agreed that he probably looks better fuller.
Yeah.
Comes in full here. Branch might be the best Branch Warren we've ever seen in terms of conditioning, fullness, gnarly, nasty muscle.
Yeah. I agree.
But when you compare the two, pose for pose, I only give maybe 2 poses to Branch.
I didn't go pose by pose. I just went.
Let's do it right now.
Okay.
Front double by.
I gave that shot to Cedric.
Cedric McMillan.
Yeah.
Front lat spread.
Cedric for sure.
Cedric McMillan. Side chest.
Side chest, I was surprised I give it to Cedric.
I gave it to
The flow was better, but that's one of the poses where Branch surprisingly can beat people on because he's got the Mack truck density look to him. But it was just, on poses like that, Cedric looked like he was 7 feet tall, which means that he was full, and I think
he's way taller than Branch, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, but if he's taller than Branch and he doesn't have the fullness that he needs, then he doesn't. The height doesn't help him.
But it did help him today.
Yeah, it was very.
So I give the side chest to definitely to Cedric. When we turn to the back double is usually Cedric's one of his most powerful poses. I actually gave the back double to Branch Warren because I think the density and thickness and hardness.
Yeah, I gave that one to Cedric. I was surprised. Back double. Yeah, no, I gave that one to Cedric. I thought Cedric's just his conditioning was excellent. It's put together the way it's supposed to put together. If you count shoulders and arms in that shot, they're not in the same stratosphere. Plus, there's some tears that are bothersome in Branch's physique.
I didn't see the tears in the lats as much in the back double as I did in the back lat spread. In the back lat spread, that's why I gave that to Cedric, because I think Branch is missing some pieces of his lower lat.
Yeah, so I gave Cedric the back lat spread.
Side tricep.
That one, I think probably came down for me to a draw. But if you want to go, it is, I think, Branch's bread and butter shot.
I think that's a Branch
So I can definitely see him coming out in that shot.
Ab thigh.
Cedric,
and most muscular. I called it a tie.
A draw. I mean, it's like legs versus. It's the gnarliest legs probably I've ever seen.
From Branch.
Yes, in a most muscular.
Is it amazing that Branch tore that quad? You can't even tell anymore.
No, you can't tell. So I would say it's his gnarliness in the lower body versus Cedric's true most muscular. So, that could flip-flop. I would probably, that could flip-flop. I don't know.
So if I give 3 poses to Branch, Cedric still easily wins in my estimation. Now, obviously, there's a non-tangible factor. The judge is just looking at the physiques. What do I like better? Mm-hmm. We won't know, obviously, till tomorrow night.
What do you dislike?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't figure out, sometimes that's how I, try to formulate opinion is if I'm on the fence, I can't figure out what I like. I try to do the flip side and say, what do I dislike? Other than disliking everyone who I don't help. So it's
a better Branch Warren from the Arnold. It's a better Cedric McMillan from the Arnold, and I think that Cedric McMillan pulls off the win here. We'll have to find out. Interestingly, after first and second, it's a little bit more difficult. Robert Piotrowicz from Poland, who doesn't have the greatest shape, always manages to come in the best conditioning and he maximizes his physique better than maybe any other competitor in the IFBB. And I think he's going to wind up with third here tonight.
I think he's going to end up in third, and the crazy thing about it is, you know, people fade with shows, and he gets better, but he doesn't get better because his conditioning gets better. It's like he gets like tighter and fuller or denser looking week to week. So,
crazy back double bicep.
Crazy back double bicep. His most muscular is pretty crazy. I thought it was, I thought the call out was going to be just 2 at the beginning.
Me too.
But when they threw him in there, he belonged. I mean, he's not in that category. I mean, he was a solid, I think, for me, solid third.
Drew Gemmett was also in that top 4 call out. Didn't think his legs really weren't up to snuff. It was a good Drew Gemmett,
yes,
but it wasn't a great Drew Gemmett.
Yeah, he's been better. I thought he snuck into that call out based on his shape, and even though, interestingly, I don't think he was like hard. When he hit some of the shots, he looked hard, or there were just so many people flat in the show that when he hit shots with his shape and whatever fullness that he has, and things happen when he poses, it's almost like he's an automatic disaster, lowest case scenario fifth.
Stefan Havlik from Czechoslovakia, that's Dennis James's guy. Great shape. We talked about this before, kind of like a Ronnie Raquel type look. Yeah. Not as big, obviously, but he's a solid fifth here. I don't think you can really deny that.
Yeah, no, I had him solid fifth. I think he was in that second call out. He's been in tremendous shape all the way through, and then, unlike Pietrovich, it's taken me like 9 years, only through your radio show, to actually learn that.
I don't even think I pronounce it correctly.
But I call him Robert P. Whereas Robert P. gets better, he's just, I don't think he has the experience that Robert has, even with help of a good guru. And he's fading as, this show he faded. I mean, he didn't have the crazy detail that he had 2 shows ago.
What happened to Nick Trigili here? Did you like the way he looked in his pro debut? I thought his upper body was good, but his legs were really flat.
No, he probably tried to come in peeled out of his mind, and
he did, but he was very flat.
Yeah, you're right. He did come in peeled, but it's a flat look. And interestingly, the amazing thing is he's going to struggle with. Well, wait a minute. I'm peeled, and at the USA, when they allow me to win, I'm not peeled, but I'm full. Yeah. And I think part of the answer to that is Branch Warren, Cedric McMillan. It's a really
He's not there yet. He's not there yet.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ken Jackson. Very similar. Ken Jackson matched up really well with Nick Trigili. Yeah.
Yes, he did. He just needs, a couple more. I don't want to
send him over to Mike Francois to squat.
Yeah, his legs are coming. I mean, they're coming, but Mike will
and him
take him. I don't know if he'll survive, but Mike will take him.
We need to see some more legs in those guys. Well, it was a great battle here. Cedric McMillan versus Branch Warren. Who will emerge victorious? We'll find out tomorrow. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with Chris, the technician Aceto, for RxMuscle.com.